Welcome back to another video here on the Bannock Industries YouTube channel. Now today we're back with our 2003 Ford Ranger. We did the rear axle truss last video, so this video we're going to be working on the front. So we got this Trick TMR Customs axle truss that we're going to be installing, but before we get to welding anything new on, we got a bunch of crap we got to cut off here. So as you can see, it's not sitting on there yet. But we got to go ahead, cut this off still, clean up our axle tubes a lot. And then on this side we got to cut this off. And then we have to cut 2 inches of this case completely around. So we'll get to that. I also have a bunch of cutting. I got to get rid of the factory radius arm mounts. So there's a lot to do here. So I'm going to put you guys on time lapse. I have probably 2 hours worth of cutting ready to do, so we'll check back in with you guys once get some progress done here. Alright, wow, what a day. So I started this project, it was about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting here, it's 7 o'clock at night. I'm amazed at how much prep work it was just to get where I am. So here's your first look at this axle truss. Now, we have it sitting in here. I kind of went on the TMR website, looked at some photos on how they've done it. Instead of cutting this whole thing, They just have it notched out so this actually sits in there. So that's what I went ahead and did on mine as well. You know, if it works for them, why not for me as well? And then it's less that I have to cut. So we have that in. It fits amazing, like everything does, it seems, with these guys. There's a little bit of fitment here that I gotta figure out. If I have to notch in right where it sits. But I'm gonna go ahead and mark this out with a pen like I did with the other one. And then I'll buff it up and prep it. But this backside, what an adventure. Like, I'm sure you guys saw before where we had our bushings that were here for the radius arms. As you can see, the floor is covered in grinding dust. There is multiple pieces everywhere here. A lot of work to get that, and it's not perfect yet. I just want to get this welded, and then one night this week I can come in, I can spend an hour, grind that, smooth up everything else, but it's not going to harm us to weld this on, and I'll have lots of room later to work there. Another cool thing that they do here, there's actually a hole that they leave here for a vent line, unlike the rear axle was. So I'm happy about that. What else? What else can I tell you guys? Like, between using the little Reboot 50, you know, plasma cutter, not the best for cut and cast, but you know, between using the plasma cutter, using a grinder, you know, it worked out fairly well. I'm not disappointed at how it worked, but you know, it's not the best, and maybe it is. I just, for my first time using it with cast, it's, you know, it did the job, and I'm not disappointed. So we'll go ahead, we'll get this thing prepped, and then we'll get to welding. Hopefully, you know, we'll be able to knock this out in a couple hours, but it's getting late here, so I better get to it. Okay, me and Jake went ahead, we prepped this sucker. Just wanted to show you guys kind of what it looked like without the truss on it, just so you guys have a reference if you're doing this. That is the cut that I made. So, you know, there's my thumb, so that's, you know, it's about 2 inches in. 2 inches, inch and a half, somewhere in between. And then not very far open, but that's where those are gonna sit. Of course, we kind of buffed everything. It was about the same as I buffed the rear axle, and it worked out good, so. She's nice and stripped. And yeah, you still can see where we gotta clean up some more, but we'll do that at a later date. I did go ahead, I left the spring birches. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need those or not, so I'd rather have them than cut them off and fuck myself. Gonna go ahead, set our truss on here. We're gonna tack it into place, pull the top off, weld our hoops like we did our last one, and yeah. So enjoy some more time lapse. Just now we'll be welding. Alright, here we go. So we just spent the last hour and a half, got this thing fully welded out, turned out awesome. Mad props for Jake for staying here and helping me on this, but here you guys go. She's on. Good welds. Once again, the material just really good to weld. Didn't have to clean it or prep it or nothing. She's just good to go. We had a little bit of fun on our slot welds here. Actually welded these at 29 volts and 600 wire speed. Pretty much sprayed them. Just a little bit of fun to do, and really they're just a capper anyways, so. But nice and welded. We did leave a little bit open here just for flex, and we didn't really weld out any of that just because there's such a gap to fill. So I might go back in there and do that, but I doubt it. Pretty happy with how it is at the moment. So once again, TMR Customs did a great job. The fitment on this was really good. The only thing I almost fucked up on, when we tacked this sucker on, I tacked these end plates in, which screwed me. I wasn't able to pull the top completely off, but it gave me enough room. I got them up out of the way, and I was able to weld the hoops in there, so it worked out, but just about wasn't looking too good for us. So if you like this video, go down, give us a big thumbs up, be sure to subscribe, and come back next time. We'll have more parts here, and we'll be continuing on. We have engine and trans. They'll be going into the truck and getting mocked up. Plus we have our 4-links we'll be working on here, so come back and see those in the next coming episodes, and thanks for watching.